Well, I bet they didn't expect this. Let's begin. I don't know about you, but I'd hate to be in Keir Starmer's shoes right now. Not because I'd have a horrible reflection, no, because he's just received, let's just say, some very bad news, which is bad for him, but good for us. So what's going on then? Well, according to this, the article says Labour already predicted to lose the next election. Bombshell poll reveals, and a new poll apparently shows that 60% of respondents expect Labour to lose power in 2029, but there is a twist, which I'll come on to in a minute, but it says that Sir Keir's party needs to apparently increase its vote share from 33.7% in the 2024 election to at least 36% in 2029, and admittedly that is only less than 3% difference. However, that still is quite a large number of people. So what's the twist then? Well, apparently analysis from the More in Common think tank also found that Labour could be defeated without them losing a single vote. But hang on a minute, how is that even possible? Well, apparently it says if the Tories rally former voters who stayed at home and take a share of those who switched to Reform, then obviously the Tory vote share would be higher than Labour's, it seems. And the More in Common UK director Luke Trial, I think that said it may be extremely premature to be looking ahead at the next election just months after the last one. Well, to be honest with you, Luke, Labour haven't exactly been doing themselves much favours, have they? I mean, first of all, they've done a sort of reverse Robin Hood. Unfortunately, it seems by course getting rid of the winter fuel allowance, but don't worry because it seems they don't have any problem at all. We're given much, much more than what they were taking off the old age pensioners to climate scenes emergencies. But of course, they probably didn't want me to say that. Sorry, but tough, eh? But he says, but with such a volatile electorate, Labour needs to be thinking not just about how to hold on to its existing coalition, I think they mean voters, but anyway, but to grow that broad but shallow base of support if it's going to have any chance of holding on to power. The thing is, I think Labour are trying to play a very sneaky game. I think, and admittedly, I could be wrong, but I think they're trying to get all this nasty stuff out of the way now. And, I don't know, probably just hope that we'll forget about it in 5 years' time. Although, to be honest with you, after how the country might look in 5 years' time, I don't think we'll forget this or what else they may do to it in the meantime, eh? And look at this, he's even given some advice. He says Labour's base will require Keir Starmer to appeal to the left and right, winning over those moderate Conservatives who almost made the leap to Labour last time, whilst also winning back jaded progressive voters who think that Labour is not yet being bold enough. Well, I don't know how much more Labour can do to win over the lefties, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's anyone in the centre-right way of thinking who would ever vote Labour at all, especially after what they've just shown us they can be. It seems like Keir Starmer said one thing before the election and another thing completely after, or he'd done another thing completely after it, shall I say. And if the Tories, though, were able to mobilise ex-voters who did not turn out to vote in July, and half of those who backed Nigel Farage's party, Reform UK, the best party out of the bunch, I think. But anyway, the Tories then would apparently win 293 seats to Labour's 273. But if Labour appear to pull off a Paul Daniels magic trick and increase their vote share to 36%, they would have a working majority of 50 apparently, even if the Conservatives pulled back former voters and Reform supporters. And More in Common poll 2005 British adults between September the 16th and September the 18th, and admittedly, yes, 2005, as many people will say in the comments, does not represent the whole of the country. However, that all depends whereabouts that 2005 was, doesn't it? I mean, if it's in the Labour constituency, then I'm guessing that number is bound to be much more important than they think, and will surely more than likely be a massive warning for them. And if it isn't, then perhaps, Nigel Farage might come along and give him a verbal kick in the gonads, and actually, who knows, in 2029 may actually be the challengers to Labour, or would increase his number of MPs to be quite a sizable amount in 2029, and that will be a problem for both parties, not just Labour, in my opinion.